I'm Amy Galper. I am a friend of Maya's for a long time. And today, what I wanted to just walk through with everyone is what essential oils are best for lifting our mood, lifting our spirits, having us feel more positive, trying to enter more positive kind of feelings and emotions amidst all of the negativity and intensity that's going on, like how we can use essential oils to actually help us shift our mindset, help us soothe those negative feelings that are going on, and kind of soothe ourselves and feel more uplifted. So the oils that I'm going to share with you today are 5 different essential oils, and I'm going to share how best to use them, and then share a couple of recipes and a little bit of the aromatherapeutic benefits of each essential oil. So I had an aromatherapy school in New York City, and I've written a couple of books about aromatherapy, and I do all sorts of aromatherapy stuff. And so I'm excited to kind of share with you about the power of essential oils and how we can really use our sense of smell to really help kind of get in touch with our feelings and be able to navigate them in a healthier way. And so I feel like by smelling these uplifting oils, it's going to be really soothing for us and really help us kind of not be in such an intense kind of negative reactive place, but really trying to sit with what's going on and kind of shift a little bit to kind of be more up, just a little more positive. So for those of you just joined, hi, I'm Amy, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the aromatherapeutic properties of 5 essential oils that we can really use to tap into more positive vibrations, uplifting energy, trying to, as we feel so weighed down by all this negativity, to try to just tap into something of more light, right? So these are 5 essential oils with a couple of ways that we can use them. Plus, I'm going to be sharing a couple of recipes so you can do your own DIY at home. So basically, here's a little handout that I created for everybody that Maya has that she can share with everyone. And I call it the Blissful Radiance Blend, to try to like uplift and just tap into that lightness, to that love, to that positivity. So here's a little just about me, if you're watching the recording. So here are it's 5 essential oils. I shouldn't say 3. Sorry, I did this quickly, but it's 5 essential oils that I'm going to share with you that I think are really great oils to reach for if we're really trying to tap into that light, positive, uplifting space and experience. So the first essential oil is neroli. Now, if some of you have a collection of essential oils or are interested in purchasing some essential oils, I really recommend really just smelling them to really experience all of the aromatherapeutic benefits. Yes, of course, it's great to apply it to the body, but I think when we're dealing with trying to navigate like intense emotions, smelling the oil actually, I find, is the most instant way to kind of benefit from that experience. So neroli is an essential oil that is steam distilled from the delicate blossoms that bloom right before the orange kind of comes from the tree. So it is a really just incredibly intoxicating, floral, beautiful aroma. And it is very transporting kind of on a both psycho-spiritual, emotional level, and it can really alter and shift our mood. I find that I use it when I'm in a sense of like emotional, I don't want to say panic, but like that immediate kind of experience of intense, maybe negative feeling, like to kind of sit with a little bit of neroli. It almost in a nanosecond, it kind of resets me and connects me again to what I'm feeling, the stillness that I need to feel, and helps really lift me out of some of my darkest moments. So the way that I recommend smelling the essential oils is obviously you can smell it right out of the bottle. I have some neroli here. And you can just wave it right under your nose and just smell it that way. But another really good way that I like to use is using what are called little scent strips, where you can actually like put a drop on the end of the scent strip, and then you can actually like just wave it around. Sometimes I put it in the pocket of my jacket, so I'm always smelling it, but it's something that you can have around. You can put it by your desk as you're working, you know, kind of put it around the home, but this is a really nice way to also experience it. So if you have essential oils at home, what I really like to encourage people to do as far as smelling them is to kind of do a little meditation with it, especially these 5 oils, which have such a strong resonance to our heart center. So what I usually invite people to do is, you know, sit comfortably, close your eyes for a minute, tap into your breathing, put one hand over your heart center, hold the essential oil directly under your nose, or you can even use the scent strip right under your nose, and you're just going to gently move it back and forth, taking note of all of the different aromatic features that come wafting around you. Notice the sweetness, the floral, maybe an edge of spiciness, of citrus, whatever it might be. And then also take note in that moment of stillness to really see where that essential oil resonates in your physical body. As I mentioned, I chose these 5 essential oils specifically to resonate with the heart center. So I'd be really curious if any of you who are smelling the oil are feeling it in this area. And if you're not, that's okay, because everyone is different and is going to have a different response. But I think the most important part is to just be present with the aroma and just observe where it is that you're feeling it kind of take out some of the nervous kinks or held emotions that you're feeling. So neroli, I find, like I said, is just one sniff for me can immediately reset me. One thing I will say about neroli is it happens to be one of the most expensive essential oils to purchase. And so it's kind of hard to find, but you might find it in Israel, just because you grow so many oranges there. And I know there's some beautiful suppliers of orange essential oil. And so wherever there's orange essential oil, there will be neroli, because neroli is the flower that blooms right before the orange. So you might find some, actually. But it is a beautiful oil, and I highly encourage you to sit with it for a while, notice how you're feeling. But for me, I feel it immediately kind of cut through that held, you know, dark feeling, and just kind of open up my heart to kind of connect again with the light, or with, you know, feeling kind of more positive. The next essential oil is grapefruit essential oil. And this is actually cold pressed or squeezed from the peel of the grapefruit. And it should smell exactly like a grapefruit, that kind of fresh, kind of happy, tangy, sweet aroma. And any of the citrus oils that are squeezed out of the peels of the citruses, like sweet orange, like grapefruit, like lemon, like lime, all of those essential oils are known to immediately uplift our moods. They're energizing, they're kind of mood altering in that way. They help disperse stagnancy. So if we're feeling really weighed down and heavy by a negative feeling or by fear or whatever it might be, they help to kind of break it up and allow the flow of energy to move more freely. And I just find grapefruit to just be such a happy, uplifting smell. So I'll invite you, if you have some grapefruit, to do the kind of same exercise, hand over your heart center, closing your eyes, breathing naturally, and just waving the essential oil right under your nose. And taking note about where you feel it and where you feel it resonating. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that if you do have scent strips, I recommend also, like, you could write the name on one end of the strip so you remember what the oil is, okay? Just so you don't forget. That's also another good reason to have that. And sweet orange is the next one. Sweet orange is a wonderful, again, it's very similar to grapefruit, but it has a little sweeter, more floral aroma. And I find it really resonates very strongly with the heart center as far as calming anxiety and soothing, and really helping us see things like from the perspective of the glass half full. And to me, orange also just symbolically and poetically represents gratitude and gratefulness and abundance. So even in those moments where we're feeling negative or we're feeling trodden down and weighed down, I find that orange really reminds me of that feeling of everything that I do have and the blessings that I do have despite what is going on. So this is something that I love to kind of have by my side, especially when I'm navigating those kinds of feelings, especially. So that's sweet orange. The next essential oil is geranium. And there is a lot of geranium growing around Israel. I remember I was in a couple of areas, like down near Beersheba one visit, and then I was up in the north, and I was seeing all of these bushes of geranium, and they were so fragrant. I could just smell them as I walked by. It was amazing. And honestly, the leaves are so fragrant that if you don't have the essential oil, but you have some geranium growing near you, just pick some, and you could use that actually in a very similar way. But when I think of geranium, I really think of it as being like the powerhouse balancer, meaning that it really has this unbelievably beautiful energetic effect of balancing of our emotions. So if we're in an extreme state of grief or an extreme state of fear, an extreme state of depression or whatever it might be, it kind of helps to bring us back to a place of balance. So we're not like, maintaining in that unsustainable space of reaction, and helps us pull back to just sit and try to reset again. And also, honestly, I love the way geranium smells with sweet orange and grapefruit. I think it's just a beautiful blend together along with the neroli. And really at the end of this presentation, we're going to be blending. So I wanted to also choose oils that are really, really wonderful to blend together as well. And then, of course, I brought in some Atlas cedarwood. Atlas cedarwood is a wonderful, beautiful oil. It is steam distilled from the wood of this very ancient kind of mystical spiritual tree. The wood of Atlas cedarwood is burned for incense out in the Far East, but it was also used to actually build the first and second temples, like the wood of the cedar Atlas tree from that area. So it has this very deep spiritual resonance. And because of that, it's really great for connecting mind and body and remembering that kind of holistic connection of our emotions, our physical body, our spiritual body. And because it's coming from the wood of the tree, it is very stabilizing and very grounding. So when we're in a state of, of feeling really depressed or dark and we need to be uplifted, we're kind of in that kind of unstable or chaotic feeling. And I find like geranium, that the cedarwood, just by smelling it, can help us bring us back to some kind of sense of center. So I would encourage you to experience that as well, like to smell it and see what comes up for you and where you feel it in your body. Now, all 5 of these essential oils all smell really beautiful together. So you can try, which is why I like you to put the names on the end of your scent strips if you have, and kind of put the scent strips together like this and smell them together to see what they smell like. Oh, I'm going to try the neroli and the cedarwood, or the grapefruit and the orange, or kind of mix and match. And you can also do it with the bottles. If you don't have the scent strips, you can like put together one bottle and another bottle and put them next to each other like this. And then just smell them under your nose to kind of experience what the blend would be like. So this is a way where we can then get familiar with how the oils change when they're together, and what kind of blend that we may want to make when we start using the essential oils. So there are 3 different ways that we can use these essential oils together to really kind of lift our spirits and be in kind of a sense of blissful radiance, tapping into that light. And I feel like one is diffusing, right? You have a diffuser, you can then combine a couple of different oils into your diffuser. And this is going to be what's called a olfactory like experience. We're just getting the smell, right? And that's the sense of smell is connecting immediately to a part of our brain, which controls all of our unconscious behaviors and our emotions. So when we're trying to really make that kind of instant connection with our feelings, really leaning on scent and the aroma is really, I think, the quickest way to experience those aromatherapeutic properties. So this is through diffusion. Massage oil is another wonderful way to kind of lift our spirits. Massage, as we all know, involves touch, and touch is connection. And that can also be another great way to kind of bring in more kind of uplifting feelings, and by that kind of human connection. But also what it's reminding us, massage, is that our body and mind is one. And so when we can relax our body, our mind can kind of feel more in balance, and vice versa. So by using a blend in a massage oil, we can really help our mind and our body get better connected, and whatever emotions that are being held in our body can help be released through both the sense of smell and through touch. Aromatic mist is another really great way. And basically what that is, I thought I had a little bottle over here, but I don't, is basically it's like a little bottle that you fill with water and a couple of drops of your essential oil, and then you can mist it around your room. So what I've put here for you guys is I've made some little recipes for you. So I'm hoping that you can, make these at home and see how it works out for you. This is for a massage oil. You could do it for full body massage, or just on the upper chest and shoulders, back of neck, wherever you feel that tension or where you need release. I know for me, I hold a lot of my emotions in my lower back. So sometimes I'll do a nice little massage oil for my lower back, and then do some restorative yoga on my mat, just to kind of open up my lower back to kind of help with that. And then I sent you a little aromatic mist one. And that one is the little bottle of water, where you can put it in a bottle of water and spray it around you. This is nice to carry around with you during the day, and just kind of spritz yourself anytime that you feel like you need a little moment of uplifting. So these are the recipes that I wanted to share. And what I thought, because maybe you won't be able to get all of these essential oils, is I'm just going to share with you kind of some replacements, just in case, okay, that will have the same effect, but just in case you can't get hold of them. So neroli, as I said, is super expensive, and sometimes it's just hard to find. So instead of neroli, you can use an essential oil like ylang ylang or lavender. These are other oils that are distilled from flowers that can have a similar effect on our heart center. Even Roman or German chamomile, any essential oil that's steam distilled from a flower can have that similar resonance. Okay. Grapefruit and sweet orange are pretty common, but I would just say any citrus oil. So lime, lemon, grapefruit, sweet orange, bergamot, tangerine, mandarin, any of those can be interchanged. And then as far as geranium, if for some reason that's a tough one to find as well, lavender is a really beautiful replacement. I also think bergamot is. Now, bergamot is also obviously a citrus, but what's unique about bergamot, if you were to smell it next to orange or grapefruit, is it has a little spicier, more floral aroma and it shares a large percentage of a similar molecule, which is what activates the balancing properties of geranium. So that could be a really nice replacement. Another one could be, I found basil essential oil could be really balancing, or tulsi is another one. Spearmint could be good. So these are some ideas that might be good replacements. And then for Atlas cedarwood, a good replacement for this could be any like sandalwood, which has to be very expensive, but that could be a good replacement. Hinoki wood, which is a Japanese kind of also kind of spiritual kind of vibe wood that is used a lot in incense, but also very grounding and centering. Junipers, any of those oils that are distilled from wood, like rosewood, things like that. So those might be good replacements for those if you can't find. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I left out, but hopefully you guys, that these recipes and these oils will, encourage you to just take a minute to be still. You just need literally like just 3 minutes, 2 minutes to just sit, breathe, smell, connect, be present. And I bet you'll start seeing just a little bit of change. It's a little practice you could just do every day for just like a minute or two. That can make a really big impact. So yeah, so thanks for letting me share this with you. And if Maya has any questions, or anyone else has any questions, let me know. My hearts are with you guys so much. I think of you every day. So our prayers, every day I send up prayers for you, for Kol Yisrael, for sure. So love you all.
Bye. Bye.